Hi everybody, I hope this is recording okay. This is my first Zoom video, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll work. We will soon know. In the meantime, hello from Sunday in Australia. We're heading into summer. You guys are hopefully heading to impeachment. It's motoring along. So meanwhile, the ambassador of truth, the president, announced this week that he alone captured the ISIS fighters. It would have taken other generals years, but he did it in a month himself. Okay, then he announced he was building the wall in Colorado. And that led Twitter to melt down, didn't it? Like people saying things like, does that mean Wyoming's going to invade? You know, like crazy stuff. Then the hotel in Washington, because of emoluments, it's been subject to an emoluments case since day one, thanks to that organisation on ethics crew. They do a good job. And so he said, oh, well, I'll just sell it. No, pet. The problem is you earning money off it. Doesn't matter if you're renting the rooms or you're selling the business that belongs to the federal government building. Like, and the federal government should be hauled over the coals because he did this as soon as he got in and he should have been stopped then. This is why the GOP is now just a rampant animal house. Speaking of invasions, what about this week? Invading the closed doors. They are just beyond a joke. They are so vile. So there's lots to cover as always. So I wanted to have a quick look. Giuliani's going down the gurgler. We know this. Faster than possibly it could have been believed. And the butt dial, that's a classic. I hadn't heard that expression. We don't use it in Australia, but we're going to now. I'm going to spread the idea of the butt dial. It's happened to everyone. And he's after money. Now, in this weird world where he maintains he wasn't paid by Trump, and I'm sure that's true because Trump doesn't pay anybody. Where did he get paid? Well, yes, good question. Glad you asked. Apparently through one of the richest men in the Ukraine. His name's not Dmitry, it's Dmitro, I think, which is a bit weird. Dmitro Firtash. And he's the one with the ankle bracelet in Vienna that they all keep visiting. So Firtash is apparently behind it, but this will all be revealed when they forensically look at the 50 bank accounts they've subpoenaed. And also in the good news stakes, the Department of Justice, or what's left of it, has been ordered by a federal judge to release the redacted Mueller report, slabs of the Mueller report. So Mueller, I think, still has more to astonish us with. The launch went badly, but the actual work, the hard graft that they did in those 2 years is paying off. So first, I just wanted to have a little look at Lev and Igor. And I think it's Lev who's saying he wants executive privilege in his court case because he works for Giuliani, who works for the president. They keep making these connections themselves, these people. So the judge was incredulous and said, you mean that's your defence? It's not going to fly. Let's have a quick look at Lev and Igor. I'll read them together. And then we've got to look at how Trump's coping. I'll do a full November thing, but we'll do a quick look at the Yeti. He's quietened down. For him, maybe they've given him a Yeti tranquilizer or something, but I'm sure he'll be back in a day or two. And then I'm going to look at Ivanka and her criminal siblings. Okay. Let's have a look. I'll just throw an allegedly over everything. Well, I think that's the safest. So as far as YouTube goes, allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. Okay, this is Lev and Igor's court cases, allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. Of course, I'm using the Russian cards. Nefarious dealings in the night. Tremendous hope originally that they had. Oh, there's a woman here. There's the betrayal. Oh, it's a big load. Look, they had the star card, normally a good card, and it was, you know what, Giuliani, these guys, Trump, all of them, they had a great time for a long time. They had the star beaming over them. Right? But now they're scrambling for money. The butt dial phone call to the reporter, of all people to butt dial, a reporter with a voicemail. Oh, it's just so amazing. Anyway, scrabbling for the jewels, scrabbling for money. And you can imagine the hiding of assets that's been going on. So I think this looking at the 50 accounts will reveal a lot. But this is what connects Giuliani to Lav and Igor and to Firtash. Now, here's the Queen of Pentacles. Who is she? Now, she could well be Ukrainian. I'm hearing Ukrainian. So I think she's a quite powerful woman, a wealthy woman, born to money woman, daughter of an oligarch type wealth, who we might hear about. Yes, we haven't heard of any women in connection with this. It's not like the Maria Butina stuff or anything. It's a wealthy woman. I think she's more connected to the Ukrainian side than to Giuliani. So we are looking at Lav and Igor, and there's a mystery woman. Here is the Three of Swords. This is grief and betrayal. Their numbers up. They had been having a high life, then couldn't help but thieving more money. And now this is the card of betrayal and loss. It's normally the one with the heart with the three swords through it. And this speaks to the rip-off and getting away with what you can. So it's just there. I'll just do a clarifier on their outcome with the Rider-Waite. What about the outcome of their court cases, which will probably take a year or so to unfold? Let's say Lav and Igor down the track. Yes. Oh, got the same card in two decks. So first of all, they're feeling very embattled. And that would be the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Swords. It's even got the Cossack vibe. So it will all come to a screaming halt. And it will be part of the bigger story. Now, the best news, best news, best news. Who's going to save America? That would be you guys. So I just saw yesterday, so hopefully the whole of America is waking up to it. There's a call. On the eve of the impeachment vote in the House, in the Congress, word has gone out for an historical, what's it called? An historical mobilization nationwide. Wherever you are, be part of a group that is gathering together on the eve of impeachment. How exciting. It's overdue. Everyone's been so traumatized, so paralyzed, and it's been so dreadful and stuff and stuff and stuff. But now it's sliding into a different time of transition and into 2020 in action. And I think this is perfect timing. This will be whenever it is, in the next month or something. Just before the end of the year is the point. I'll be disappointed if there aren't 3 million and more, because there were 3 million from the Pussy Hat rallies of women. So everyone who was there should be doing it again. And everyone who thought, damn, I should have made an effort, needs to be there. Look, imagine if those sort of numbers turned up. How fantastic. All right. So now, Trump himself, I'm going to the toss deck. I think they're just made for the Trumps, because they have, where can I find here? I'll show you when one comes up, but the major arcana in the toss deck are called Trumps. I mean, could it be more perfect? So this is just a taster for Donald, because in the next day or so I'll have to do a full November spread. So where is he at right now? What's going on in the cranium of the Yeti right now? He's just a base chakra guy, you know. Actually, I don't think anything much is going on in the head. He's emotionally driven, so he's just fueled by rage and disbelief that this could be happening to him. And as I'm sure he says often, where's his Gary Cohn or whatever his name was, that dreadful Rottweiler lawyer he had. So Trump right now, he's sick in the gut. I always thought it'd be hard. None of these guys are healthy. Not one of them, bar Pompeo, Trump, Giuliani, they're all on the brink of something. It's a miracle they're walking. None of them would pass a physical in the modern world. So how's Trump feeling right now? Yes, fully emotional. That's what I picked up on. Oh, Queen of Pentacles, I think could be Nancy. Ooh. He's just starting to digest this. I think until very recently, like this week, he just sees each thing as it happens, whether that's a shiny thing and he gets bored, or whether it's a bad news thing, he just gets bored. And he doesn't stay with any set strategies to follow anything through. It's just ping-ponging from one disaster to the next. So he's completely emotional. This is him as the Queen of Cups in that way. I think he's crying a bit. Ooh, don't want to feel sorry for the Yeti per se, but this is a very wet card. I think he's crying. I'm sorry, suck up a bit of concrete, you know, like, please. Am I not a dreadfully harsh person? I'm not usually this harsh on people, but he's worked at it. Okay, now, Three of Pentacles, group work, bent money. How extraordinary. The Six of Swords, all piercing in the same direction, coming to a common thing, which is under him. He does feel surrounded and attacked. Right, well, so he only knows attack and moving on. So we'll see. I can't describe it as he's working out the next thing that he's going to do, because it's not like that. Swords are normally the intellect, but he hasn't got one. So it just means he's stewing. He's stewing is the word on here. Then another Queen of Pentacles. I think this might be Pelosi. She's turning up for me as different queens in different readings, like Queen of Swords for the legal stuff, Queen of Cups in another deck, how she's emotionally dealing with it all. And now this is the Queen of Discs, but I'm still getting a Pelosi vibe. She has earned her stripes. Now, here we are, Trump right now. Trump Tower. With the toss deck, it doesn't leave much to the imagination. of the tower, does it, viewers? Really, it's like the conventional rider weight. It's sort of that medieval tower with people jumping from windows, but in this, it's like if you get out of one thing, there's another set of things coming to get you. It's full on. That's how he's feeling right now. Okay, now I've had requests. I've also had requests for Ronan Farrow. I don't think I'll fit him in today, but I might do a couple of little novelty ones from time to time. In the meantime, I'm going to quickly do Ivanka and her brothers. And Ivanka, married to Jared, senior advisors to the president, had their anniversary at Camp David. The only thing Camp David's been used for during his presidency is for the Ivanka celebrations. What? Remember all the symbolism for the last 30 years of Camp David, you know, what's going to emerge from Camp David? You know, these are high-level negotiations about the possibility of a two-state solution or the Berlin Wall or something. No, that'd be Ivanka in her camping gear once again, I guess, seeing it's called Camp David. So first, I'm going to do Don Jr. first. Don Jr. I don't know where to look for the time on this new Zoom recording, so it might be getting away. So Don Jr. Oh, he gets the Queen of Discs. I think that's Ivana now. I think it's the Mother of Dragons. Maybe it was her, not Pelosi, in the other one, but definitely, clearly in this one, it's the mother, Ivana. The immigrant, the first immigrant wife before he married the second immigrant wife before he wanted to stop all immigration. Is that because he doesn't want to get married anymore? Is that why he's made that up? Must read on Steve Bannon again too. He's back in the picture. Now, this is Don Jr. Bit sad. It's not happening, Dale. I'm here to break the news. Things are downhill from here. So, he gets the fill. There's one of the Trump's cards so I can show it to you. He then gets happiness and stuff. Hush my lips. Hush my lips. He's going to have a near miss and get out from under somehow. All right. I won't spend too long on this, but the Fool card, in essence, it's not so much that he's been foolish because of these other good cards. God, I hate that. It's more that he has the luck of the innocent, although he's far from innocent, but the luck of a fool. And then he gets the Nine of Cups, hopes and wishes fulfilled. Then he gets the Star. Why is this so? Does anyone out there remember Professor Sumner Miller? He would have been on television in the 60s in black and white. And he used to say, why is this so? Anyway, I'm sort of a bit nonplussed. I just have to do a clarifier or two on Don Jr. But as it stands, what I would have to say is, Ivan, his mother, has intervened somehow. Something, what has she done? She's done something. He was in a state of abject misery. This is right underneath his mother. And then things picked up for him, at least for the next month or so. It does not mean, dear viewers, that when these redacted things come out and the indictments, the sealed indictments from Mueller, that he won't be part of that, because I think strongly that he will. So I think this is fairly short term, but he's getting a big reprieve. It might be something we didn't know about. He was about to be fully indicted, or he was about to have to answer to someone and wriggles out. So clarifies, please, for Don Jr. Innocence, childhood, it's definitely Ivana. He's playing this innocent, evaluating where he's at. And women celebrating. They're the women around him, I think. So I think he's going to have a near miss. I hope we hear about it. The bad news might be behind the scenes as well as the good news, and we might not hear about it. But if you do, in your news travels, hear about anything with Don Jr. that speaks to that, a near miss is how I'd describe it, you know. So I'm just putting these cards back to do Eric. What's happening, Eric? Eric. Okay. Things don't look as good for Eric as they do for his brother. And there's the mother again. Okay. So, Princess of Cups. Has Eric got a daughter? I think this has got the vibe of his daughter. He might have a young daughter or something. There's something about her that has made him do a deal. And he talked about it with his mother. There she is. Then, this is one of the Trump's cards. The High Priestess, the hidden agendas. Yep. And then the 10 of Discs, which is family money. You know, this is beginning to tell a story. Right. Hidden agendas around the family money meets the Hierophant. So, courts, law and order, government, all of that. And then again, the mother card comes on top. I think maybe he's got enough sway with Barr, because at the moment, right, the Department of Justice is not actually the Department of Justice of a functional democracy. It's the bought and paid for arm of the Banana Republic that is being run from the Oval Office. So it's possible, I guess, Ivana Trump has enough sway with Bill Barr to go keep my kids out of it and I'll slip you $1.5 million in the Caymans or something like that. It's like some personal thing that Ivana is doing. Well, can she save her daughter as well? But I stress, this is short term. I think she has successfully negotiated something with this, I'm hearing, Department of Justice. How weird is this? Okay. There we are. The beacon for working mothers, Ivanka Trump. Ivanka. She gets the Lovers, she gets the Mad Knight, she gets the Empress, which is usually my card for her. Next to the Emperor, that's her and her father. Oh, and the Six of Swords. So I think that's her and Jared, the Lovers. I think, well, you'd want to think it was her and Jared and not the other options, wouldn't you, viewers? But that's her and Jared. This is her in her state as a mother herself, but as a woman of considerable power. How warped and vacuous I might or anyone else thinks she is, she's technically still immensely powerful. She could get to sit at Putin's desk and swing around in his chair, you know. But here's the rub. This is revenge, the card of revenge. This is her father and the Six of Swords. I think as the walls close in on all of them in various ways, and I'm certainly one who's thought from the beginning STNY, the RICO stuff would be the most fantastic, and to have the money actually be taken away and all of that. But I think from these cards, they've still got the umbrella of their father being president and Bill Barr being the Attorney General. So I think their whole three readings have to be taken in that context. And I think a deal's been struck on their behalf. It's outrageous. It's ancient Rome stuff. It's just chronically depraved criminal behaviour. And on that note, dearest viewers, I hope that this works. Please let me know if the quality of sound's really bad or better or anything that you notice. And I'll speak to you really soon. I've just got to remember how to stop it now. Okay, bye.